It's yet to be
And
another fascinating time where we discuss in-depth business, give you ideas that you can get your business running. It's going to be interesting today. A lot of developments. So get a friend to tell a friend that indeed you need to get glued to your radio because business talk is on. Lots of ideas going to be profiled, and most interestingly, we also have in the studio the lady Jackie's Cookies to the World, Mrs. Jackie Debut Richards. Of course, she will be here. She's the CEO of Jackie's Cookies to the World. And most importantly, a lot will be discussed concerning the energy sector, concerning the business sector, and you name it. And as always, we have those brains to talk about those issues. We have Alva Tuba, he's there in the USA, and Mr. Alkina R. Phillips, he's also there in the USA. And my name is Rufus Divine Cannon. I'm back home, pretty seated between twist and turn. Without much I do, let me say welcome, and it's a wonderful Saturday for my end. I don't know about you.
Good
Alva,
morning, everyone. Morning, Ava. Good morning, Rufus. Or good
I'm
afternoon
not
to you,
getting.
Rufus.
Um,
Good afternoon to you, Rufus. On that cycle, you're 5 hours ahead. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. It's a wonderful Saturday for me, physically, mentally. But out there it looks kind of dreary. So I don't know. I hope the sun comes up, later today and brighten the day for everyone. But yeah, it's just nice to be alive, given all the stuff that's happening and all the stuff that's going on. So we just appreciate being here. Um, and happy to see you guys, man. Rufus in the studio looking fresh. You got you got full eyes on us. You put that spring on us now, so so you're more intelligent than the city people with glasses. Is what be smart, smart and intelligent. So we owe
My
you
son
that.
told me to wear. My son told me to wear these plain glasses today. He said, "Daddy, they will make you look very, very intelligent and very
There you
wise."
go. There you go.
But
The
I
young
mean,
people they got it. They know what's going on.
hey,
Yeah.
they know what's going on. Ava, increase your volume a little bit. Increase your volume on.
Let me try to do that. You're right. My volume was low. Is it better?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Rufus, how are you doing on your side? How's the ground? How's the ground? You saw daylight before us, 5 hours ahead of us. So, how are things on the ground there? Besides, as it relates to business, as it relates to the economy, as it relates to economic growth, job creation, for the young people out of college, out of
Like we
vocational
always
school.
say, amidst the challenges, there are prospects and gains. So we
Mhm.
must give God the glory for the prospects. And so far, the gains, though there are challenges for which we do know, and gradually we are fighting to get those challenges um, straightened out because
Mhm.
there will always be challenges. So Liberians, we need to unite ourselves and put our eyes together. And those who are in authority need to do the rightful things so that the people themselves benefit um, from those things that they ought to benefit from the motherland.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my heart goes out to all the graduates from different universities across the country, different colleges across the country, different vocational training schools across the country. And I mean, now people are back in school, but those who graduated, the job hunt is on. The job hunt is on. So, Ava, tell us what we're doing for the show today. But before you do that, we're live on Love FM there in Monrovia, covering Montserrado, Maggibi, and Bombay counties, and also into Cape Mount. But we're also relaying live through Kakata FM as well. So we're covering all of Upper Maggibi, Lower Maggibi, all the way into Bung. So to all of our listeners out there, like Rufus said, tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend, share the show, share the link. And we want participation today. Rufus T. Delbo is there live. I see him on there. and doing great things. Thank you for listening. Rufus, please share the show on your Facebook page. Let more business people know, small, medium, large business people know this is where this is the show where you listen and you become more empowered, enlightened. We give you some great consultancy for free, ideas, recommendations, suggestions, direction as to how to grow your business. So, Ava, over to you. What's on the agenda today? What are we discussing? What are we going deep in today? What are we explaining to the people,
Well,
the
for
listeners?
the time frame, sometimes it's hard to say deep, right? But we'll definitely try to go as whatever depth we can on the mining and energy sector transformation, right? We are talking about how do we get Liberians ready, individuals and businesses and even government in our preparation for stuff that's supposed to be coming to our economy or that's already happening in our economy. We got the mining sector. We know it's not fully populated by us Liberians. We have the energy sector. We know there's space there for Liberians as well. And then upcoming soon will be the Millennial Compact, right? And recently, I've been hearing it, but I actually saw today there's a Liberia International Mining and Energy Conference coming up, and they're talking about transforming Liberia's economy, and they're talking about driving development through sustainable mining and energy investments. And they got on their new $3 billion investment. So I had not seen this before. Earlier this morning while I was doing some research. So that's very interesting. And I think that's very positive for the country that all these things, some things are happening and bigger things are coming together. Recently, I heard we, in terms of revenue generation, we're only, a few $1 million away from 1 billion collection. And the budget, I believe, was 1.2 billion, right? And we only in towards the end of August, going towards the end of August, and we have collected that amount of money. So that tells me the potential for our economy is so much more than what it has been. And that means Liberians have a huge opportunity with the right facilitation to be an active part of this economy. This Liberian economy that seems ready to bust at the seams if we really look at it. Notwithstanding the drug challenges, notwithstanding right now where we are, but if our leadership can really look at facilitating opportunities for Liberian, limiting exclusion of Liberians, whether it's in the technology space, whether it's in the procurement space, wherever, and really get down to the nitty-gritty on how can we transform these economies? How can we look at how Liberians can participate? What is the local content? What are we doing? If we can look at those things and really say, yes, we want our Liberian companies across the entire value chains for these different sectors, from the lowest level, right? The lowest thing that can filter down, find a way to those people up to the echelon. Because in all these major companies, there should be Liberian participation. All these major investments, there should be Liberian representation. There should be set aside. There should be, some proactive engagements with these people that guarantees Liberian participation. And that anticipation of what's coming and how can we set up individual companies to be prepared. That's when some of those quotations come out, when some of the opportunities come out. These folks, these different companies, whether that logistic company, whether that strategy company, whether that supplies company, whether it's an actual mining company or a survey company, all of those companies, the government has to start thinking in that direction. So that's what we're looking at, the transformation of the mining and the energy sector first today. And when we subsequently look at other sectors, but those two sectors really came to mind based on what I saw from this website that we share and all of that,
Mhm.
that really need to look at this. And obviously, it's right down your alley in terms of the on the energy side. So, in terms of preparation, in terms of the downstream opportunities, and what you can see that can really impact, our economy is something that we should all be open to.
So let's unpack that one at a time, right?
I know
So
I can
let's
overlook.
let let let's look at let's look at what you talked about, the mining sector, right? You talked about it, and you used the key word there, sustainable mining sector, right? That's what
Yeah.
you talked about. Now, one of the other things that if we kind of rewind our mining sector, let's go back to the first administration of Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. If you remember, during the first 6 years of her administration, there was a boom in the mining sector. If you remember that, right? You had all of these different concessions coming in. You had the first one that was on the table was what from Judy Bryant, right? Was Mittal. Mittal still, you remember that, right? Mittal came in, she reevaluated the whole thing and got a better deal out of Mittal for Liberia. The next big one that came into Liberia was what? BHP Billiton. You remember BHP. And you know, BHP is one of the biggest, largest mining companies globally. So BHP came in, they had some mining concessions. At that time, I was doing VSAT installations. We got requests from BHP to put, VSAT at the different places for communications and stuff like that. Then after BHP, you had several other mining companies. China Union came in for the Bung mine, the old Bung mines, and so forth and so on. So if you look at all of that, and then you had the Western cluster, right? Western cluster came into being and so forth and so on. So there's something strategic about Liberia that many people maybe they're not looking at. But the thing is, that we talked about on the show last week, one of the challenges that we Liberians have is what we talked about it last week, strategic thinking. We're not thinking strategically. And the thing is, those who are looking at us, there are meetings and conferences being held about us, about our natural resources, and now, there are two words that are key across the world today: critical minerals, right? Critical minerals. That's the word. Those are the two words now. You go on LinkedIn, you talk about everything. I mean, lithium is a big one. I mean, critical minerals, was something that was not looked at, considered, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And now
True.
here it is. Everything that surrounds mining is now focused on what? Critical minerals. Because you don't know, you think that that person came in for iron ore, but don't be fooled. There's not only iron ore below the ground that's coming out of it. So if you only buy into the iron ore, most likely we're missing out on the critical minerals that are worth way more in tonnage than the iron ore. Am I right or wrong, Abba? You see where I'm going with this, right? And in order for mining to be sustainable for any investor, you cannot do mining, especially value added or value addition in the mining sector without what? Without energy. Without energy. So energy has to be very, very important in the mining sector in order for the mining sector to be what? To be sustainable. To be sustainable. Now, the third component of that, so now here it is, from the time we started off the show this year, right? What we talked about ecosystem.
Yeah.
We talked about the ecosystem. We talked about how important it is, how important strategic thinking from the ecosystem perspective it is for we Liberians to strategically think, to strategically plan, to strategically strategize, and tactically position ourselves so that we who are the owners of these natural resources in our hills, in our mountains, that our country, our nation, and its people can strategically benefit, not only in the short term, but also in the long term. And I'll close with this before you can come in and roof us as well. And now here it is from the energy perspective. From the energy perspective, we've got the Guineans on our west, right? On our
Mhm.
west. And the Guineans, if you read up on Guinea, you'll see that Guinea, but they commission a massive hydropower, a massive hydro, way bigger than Mount Coffee, right? And then they also have the what? They also have this Transco CLSG transmission infrastructure that originates in La Cote d'Ivoire and it ends in Guinea. So Guinea, and now Guinea is what? Making sure that they can what? Do everything possible strategically to benefit from that whole Samadou mining opportunity there with the Chinese. And they're building a whole new economic corridor value addition using their energy and tied in with Transco CLSG transmission that originates with the power from La Cote d'Ivoire. So let's come to us now. We've got Mount Coffee. We've got the Millennium Compact coming. And if when you come on back, when you come back to dissect what's coming in the Millennium Compact, there's a portion in there for energy. It's coming
Big
in there
push.
for okay. Now we've got Mount Coffee, we've got the transfer CLSG that originates in La Cote d'Ivoire. So now when you think about it, and now the other component is to look at Mittal. One of the strategic things that Mittal did, you can pull it up, you'll see that Mittal commissioned a 100 megawatt HFO power plant of their own. They got their license certification from the LERC, the Liberian Electricity Regulatory Commission, to be their own power generation entity so that they will be able to generate their own power for what? For sustainable mining in their investment for the long term, for value addition. Because you cannot pelletize iron ore without a massive amount of electricity.
You need energy.
You
Period.
need energy. So we're back to this thing, and we're all trying to behave like ostriches and sticking our heads in the sand and trying to hide from this thing. We cannot get away from it. So that's all I'm saying. We need to think strategically, and energy would play a major sector in making sure that this ecosystem of the energy sector will benefit all Liberians. And then last but not least, for energy, for the energy sector to be sustainable, you need what? The human resource capital. The young people out of the colleges, the universities, the vocational training school for the technicians, the electricians, the plumbers, the mechanical engineers. You need all of those young people coming out of LOIC, BWI, University of Liberia, Cottington, Tubman University. You need all of those people to feed that ecosystem so that we don't have a massive influx of expats being given residence permit and work authorization to take those jobs that Liberians should be benefiting from. Okay, over to you, Rufus or Abba.
Go ahead, Rufus. Jump in, and then I can come in after you. Cause
Yeah. You set the pace for the discussion, and quite frankly, looking at the labor ministry plays a pivotal role in all of what we are talking about because the ministry should be the national coordinator of labor market intelligence and workforce readiness. That's the role of the labor ministry. So in all this, the labor ministry plays a pivotal role so far.
and you are
Baba.
exactly you are exactly right. They have a critical role to play, and we see, you know, that it seems like we don't know because just playing a role is not all to it. We need like real active participation and visibility from, you know, whoever is at the labor ministry now. Okay. But let's step back a little bit and just look at the full institutional environment when we talk about mining, when we talk about energy, and we just talk about investment in general, right? Because we as Liberians, we're not doing this by ourselves. It's all about what kind of foreign investment we can attract and what can we as a country, like I said earlier, We're close to $1 billion now, right? There are some things that we don't have to get into debt for. And that is a mindset change that we have to go towards. Because when we have this kind of debt or beggars mentality, we'll not move our country forward. We'll never develop our country at our own pace. We'll be depending on the international community. Before we move, we depend on them. Before we start our project, we have to depend on them. They got to vet it. Who is coming to be hired with that project has to be them. Who draws up the request for proposal or the expression of interest? That international community. And we can never assume that they have our best interests at heart.
No.
And until we start to think that way, that we need, because that's a different sense of colonialism. I don't care how people want to look at it, where people are controlling your economy. They are controlling all the levels of your economy. They are dictating the structure of your economy, how your economy transform, what you should invest into, from your manpower development to your job creation to your actual projects, whether it is your infrastructure projects, or you depending on them. We have to move off that dependency, and that leads into the role that our government will play in this particular situation. We got the investment economic planning component, right? So that has to be our National Investment Commission, Ministry of Finance, the LRA, the Revenue Authority. So what role are they playing with regards to these mining companies right now? The roles could start from the oversight, the revenue collection, the kind of opportunities they are creating, like I just mentioned, for Liberians to participate, the taxation policy, some of the how should I say, the incentives we give them, whether it's no tax here and there, whether it's importation or any tariffs, all those different kinds of things. We have to consider it. Also consider the lost revenue from providing all those benefits. Because the last time I think I looked at it, some of those waivers we gave was like $300 million impacting our revenue. So what's the breakdown of that? Is the LRA now looking at reducing that overload on our economy and bringing more revenue in from taxation and avoiding some of those incentives? Yes, I understand some of the incentives are our own people, our lawmakers. The taxes they don't pay for all the containers they bring, non-profit organizations. Those are part of government, yes, but they have to look at those to see that those who are generating revenue for us, supporting the capital flight, that there is some control in how we approach them. And
Go ahead.
this is active.
The thing is this, Ava. There's this thing called the ATM, right? The automatic teller machine.
Right.
If we are not careful, Liberia will be defined, looked at, understood, and what? Acted upon as a what? As an ATM.
But hasn't that been the case? Hasn't that been the case already?
Maybe it hasn't been publicly said, or publicly exposed, or publicly thought of, or publicly discussed. We are an ATM. And this ATM mentality, if we don't come to understand that everybody else on the outside sees us as an ATM, the mere fact that our revenue collections in a country of 5 million, a growing economy, I commend the president and the LRA on the efforts and their successes of increasing revenue collection over close to over $1 billion. That's a massive achievement. But what does it translate into?
Thank you.
The thing is this: if you look at that revenue collection and you listen to the guys in the House and the Senate, what are they trying to do? Increase the national budget as well, right? So the thing is, they're not putting spending under control.
And as we are generating more revenue, we got our legislature there looking to add 14, 15 more seats to protect themselves.
To protect themselves, but
that's something that should not happen.
Should not happen. So, and the thing is, everybody else, the other guys who are on the outside looking at us, discussing us in a strategic way to say, man, there's more money to be made in on government contracts. Why? Because government is going to spend more money. And how can we position ourselves as outsiders? Since this culture of Liberia, they don't want to do business with their own people. They prefer to do business with outsiders. So let us go in and position
And that
ourselves.
is what's happening right now. Like, for example, there's a project or proposal out from the Great Project. I will remember the acronym in a second. Let me actually Google it now so I don't have to go too far. What is the meaning of the Great Project? What is the acronym? Yeah, okay. So, but anyway, these people are like scavengers out there. They see any of these RFP and proposal, they start to hit on potential Liberian companies that could be their partner, you know. And it's just depressing sometimes that these projects or these RFPs, they are customized against Liberians. So the Great Project stands for Governance, Reform, and Accountability Transformation. GREAT, the Great Project. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a World Bank project. It's a $30 million initiative that's funded by the World Bank, right? And I guess some part of it is definitely loan. Okay, the IDA, the International Development Association, they didn't want funding it. But the thing is, they have several objectives, probably 4 main objectives. Digital public services, right? Expanding all our online access and everything like that. Tax and revenue collection, improving that. Transparency and accountability. That's the whole governance piece, the public procurement, anti-corruption dashboard, all that kind of stuff. And then digital identification. We know we're having problem with the national identification registry, but they also want to do the digital identification as well. So that's all part of that project. And those concepts are great, they are fine. But I believe $30 million for that, we can generate those funds ourselves internally. We don't have to go to get a loan, right? Especially with the expansion of the taxation revenue that's being generated, we should be able to do that. The influx of companies that will be coming for our critical minerals and other stuff, we should be able to do that. But hey, that's a different discussion. The focus right now is these projects, they are written in a way, these proposals that limit participation of Liberian firms. And that has to change, because that's the point I'm making in terms of the readiness that our labor force should be at, that state of readiness and that capacity development. The Ministry of Labor should be doing that. At this time, it should be anticipatory, 3 years, 4 years out, telling us what kind of jobs are coming, how can we prepare, what kind of opportunities can be created. And this is in collaboration with other institutions, right? The Ministry of Education, the University
Mhm.
of Liberia. One of my friends told me the
Yep.
other day, if he had a way, the free tuition, what they say at UL, he will cancel it for everything else but the sciences. All that political science, even economics, what they got to do, well, some people pay for economics, but economics, public administration, all those kind of topics, sociology and stuff, nah, you put it to the side, just focus on the STEM. So the Ministry of Labor really need to look at a role, they need to assess it, they need to see which other players need to be on the table with them in trying to position Liberians for the future. And it's necessary. And the future is now. To a large extent, the future is now. The compact, I think by early next year, they will basically probably sign a compact, right? To say, oh yes, you got a compact. In probably like 6 or 8 months after that, they will have done maybe all the constraint analysis and be ready to go into the first tranche of money to send. All of those things are possible, right? So what's the preparation for us? If we look at the mining sector, if we look at the energy sector, what would they be focusing on? How can they sensitize our people? Go ahead. Oh, I thought you were trying to say something. How can they sensitize our people to understand where we are as a country and where they are taking us as leaders? So those things are critical for us, for the Ministry of Labor, for the Ministry of Youth and Sports to really get with the young people and see, especially on the technical and vocational side, what kind of opportunities will be there for them, how they can train them, What will be the workforce requirement, the workforce needs, that we're not looking at other people coming in to take these jobs? You know, how can we customize training for energy and for mining, the entire value chain associated with those two sectors, and then the whole thing about local content. So government has a critical role to play on the labor and capacity development side. But jump in and we touch a little bit on.
I mean, you are very, very right. Because, I mean, you look at Mittal Steel today. Let's take Mittal Steel. I'm not picking on Mittal Steel. So if any of the Mittal Steel people in Buchanan or White Monrovia are listening, we're not picking on you, but you're the largest mining company in Liberia. You look at the Ivanhoe, that whole Ivanhoe project that's going to be running in competition with Mittal and so forth and so on. They're creating the Liberia Railroad Authority, so forth and so on. And don't forget that Ivanhoe is a U.S. investment, right? Okay. So do you not think, can we not conclude, right, that most likely most of this compact money is to invest in the energy sector so that Ivanhoe will benefit because Ivanhoe needs energy for sustainable mining for the long term?
I mean, that's a logical assumption, but
That's a logical
I
assumption.
won't say I think the need is also local as well. Very, very local.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying.
We asked Jackie, how can good electricity help her improve her business?
I mean, I mean, because at the end of the day, energy is not only sustainable. It's not. I mean, in order for any mining concession, you got Putu mines. Putu mine cannot really take off, do anything without energy. The Western cluster, which is now B Mountain, what is B Mountain doing? They're generating their own power, but most likely they got how you call it, tax break or tax incentive, whatever the way you want to define it, on their HFO fuel that they're bringing in. The same thing with Mittal. So I mean, our energy sector is so important, so vital, so critical to our national development. And like you rightly said, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Labor, the National Investment Commission need to strategically tie themselves together, create some kind of in the US we call it a think tank, right? To think critically and to think strategically how this ecosystem, which is our Liberian economy, will be strategically positioned to benefit from all of this stuff that's coming down the road. How can the young people of this country, I mean, you look at it politically, the young people will make up the largest percentage of voters in the upcoming elections. In all foreseeable elections in Liberia, it's going to be the youth population, the young people. It's going to be the young people. And the young people today, if we don't invest in their future, which is an energy future, we're not going to have a middle class that will be able to create and to have jobs for sustainable quality of life for the long term. And that would be a direct threat to what? To our democracy. Energy is a major foundational element for sustainable economic growth and democratization for any country, any nation. You see.
I don't know the numbers, right? But I do remember there were significant scholarships for oil and gas. You remember when we thought we're going to be, a commercial producing oil and gas country? There was a run, they had opportunities for people to take scholarships. I don't know the timing, and their whole sector did not come to fruition, but we did build some knowledge in that sector for our Liberian people. Now, was it anticipatory or was it at the time that we're giving all blocks out to people? At this point, I don't know. But right now, before this compact comes in, I don't know what was done in terms of local capacity development, and creating opportunities with the first compact when they did the LEC thing. And maybe that's something we can go back and look at. Look at that, see which company got the contracts. How was that money really spent? To be able to reflect on what's coming and how they can spend that money accurately for this current generation of people, the current Liberians that are out here looking for opportunities and stuff like that. And there is really diverse, those two sectors, in terms of the downstream opportunities and the different, things that will be involved. So it will be very, very essential to, ensure that Liberians participate. And this also comes with some technical and regulatory oversight. You know, we know people have been complaining about the Liberia, the LERC, Liberia Electricity and Regulatory Commission, right? Versus the Ministry of Mines and Energy, versus Rural and Renewable Energy, versus the Liberian Electricity Corporation, and then you got to factor in the environmental protection in that space as well. So how do they sit together and say, this is how we can ensure from a regulatory standpoint, from the legal standpoint, and from the technical perspectives, how Liberian can participate. So all of those things are critical factors in this whole process. And we just hope that, the outreach, the coordination, whether it, because we got some experts in the diaspora who are in these sectors, the energy sector, the mining sector. I mean, since I posted this meeting thing, I've gotten text from two people who already wanted companies to be involved, right? And both of them are in the diaspora. But how can we also strengthen those on the ground that they can be involved? What information the Ministry of Information needs to put out there to start to coax people to come along with this potential ride that we're going to be having very soon. There's a Liberia Chamber of Mines. They are like the industry organization. How
Organization local. Mhm.
hopefully I'll be able to reach out to them. I went on their website and I saw um I forgot her last name, her first name, but her last name is Cooper. I think Monique Cooper. And I've talked to her before on different. I mean, very smart lady. I talked to her on the energy sector before, on the mining sector, and she's aware. So how are they helping other Liberians to kind of beef up and elevate themselves to be able to do some of those things that they should be doing? So all this government institutional aspect of this mining and energy transformation needs to pick up. I don't know if we have like we have mining, whether we have a similar energy industry group in Liberia that is looking maybe to help the sector, to help other people. But those things are necessary for them to happen, for us to really build as a country, because we see, how powerful the different industry groups are in this country. I mean, they even get
Yeah.
to the point where they actually lobby at the highest level to ensure that the people are involved, that the people are getting benefits, whether from a salary perspective, retirement, health benefits, and everything. Those industry groups are really powerful in terms of how they handle the people who they represent.
I think, what, like I've always said, one of our challenges with everything that's coming down the road for Liberia, for the mining sector, that will make a great impact on our economy, that should make a big impact on our economy, and that should also make a big impact on our economic. And I mean, in all, geographical regions of Liberia, I still remember, I still have the old email from BHP Built. The guy sent me the map of Liberia, with all of the different mining concessions that they had got, right? He sent me a message to tell me, okay, these are the locations where we want these are the areas, the mountain ranges that we have our concessions on. I think BHP Billiton divested themselves from Liberia, and I think some wealthy guy in South Africa acquired the mining rights for BHP Billiton outside of the government of Liberia. You can Google it. You will find it that some wealthy guy, South African guy, acquired all of the BHP Billiton concessions in Liberia. I think it's, going through legal, whatever the case is today. And I think somebody else is looking at that because of what? These were all mountain peaks. There was even one in the Grand Bassa area, somewhere there between Montserrato, Magibby and Grand Bassa. If you, the DHD Billiton truck to come from Robertsfield going towards that place. We were also getting ready to do the site surveys for all of those locations to put the beast because they wanted to do boreholes and then acquire that mining data and then send it back to headquarters and stuff like that. And they needed a satellite, they needed SATCOM infrastructure to support that. But again, what are we as a people? What are we doing? Do we truly understand? Do we understand what we're doing and stuff like that? This is the key. This is the key. What I mean, do we are we ready? I
No,
don't
we're not.
believe that.
We're
I
not. No,
don't
we're not
believe.
ready. We're not ready.
I don't believe that we are. I don't believe that we're ready. We're not ready. We as a people, we as a nation, we as a people, we as a government leadership, we are not yet ready. We are not yet ready. So, over to
And
you, Lufa. What do you think? Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Let Rufus, if you want to come in, you want for this because shortly we'll be going to our
To,
studio
to, to,
guest.
to
She's
Jackie,
there.
yes, yes.
So Rufus, if you want to jump in, then I can have
Yeah,
last
you
word.
people mentioned a lot of these institutions, like you spoke of the Ministry of education, youth and sports, the TVES institutions, they also need to
Hmm.
form part of this process because, mind you, every sector has its own focus in terms of what we are discussing. So even the Ministry of Public Works, she has her own role to play in this. Talking about the Mines and Energy, Ministry of Transport, all these people have major part to play in getting this thing work.
Wonderful. Yes. So this is a very good topic and it can be discussed in depth. Hopefully,
Hmm.
we can get maybe another show, be able to invite people from the ministry
People, yeah, yes, yes, yes.
that represent government. I will say I can reach to the Minister of Information. Maybe, as a spokesman, he may be able to see who from the different ministries can come or the different agencies who are relevant to this, that we can have an open discussion on this thing. Folks, it's about all of us really working together for the betterment of our country. And there's huge opportunities for these people to improve. But without further delay, we close out this segment on the government institutional role before we get to the other part. And we have Mrs. Jackie Riches here with us. She has a beautiful smile. Thank you for being in the studio, Jackie. Welcome to Business Talk. Is her mic on?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, there you are. Good morning. Good morning, Jackie Richards. How are you?
good afternoon. I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Before we get into Jackie's cookies, uh, the topic we were just talking about, what all is coming for the Liberian economy in the mining sector, all of those things that would grow, that would boom the Liberian economy, should grow and boom the Liberian economy. What is your thought about? I mean, it's important for you who is a small business person in Liberia. These things will have a direct effect on your business that will help your business to go from a small petty trading business over to the next level to be a medium size and ultimately, hopefully, one day, Jackie Cookies will be packaged and sold all across Liberia for your business to become a big business because I mean that's the natural trend. What do you think about all of this? What we're talking about, the compact that's coming from the energy sector and those type of things. What do you think about it? I would just like to get so people can hear from a small Liberian business person on the ground. What is your thought? What is your thinking on these type of issues?
Thank you. You know, any good thing that happen in Liberia will also happen to Liberians. So we want to encourage our stakeholders to invest actually into energy. It will profit all of us.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that about energy? Why do you say that? Expand on that topic.
Well, the reason why I said that investing into energy will help all of us Liberians is because the energy process or investment when you go across Liberia, all of us will benefit. Things will become easier for everybody, including small business owner like us.
Wonderful.
I
So
would make it
Jackie,
easy.
right now, what's your process? Like, how do you make your cookies? Are you using electricity or are you using a different source?
I'm using fire.
See?
Yeah.
So if you had an oven, an electric oven, you could do more and you could do it faster, right?
I could do more, I could do it faster, and also help me health wise because the
Yeah.
fire has a slight effect on my body. So
That's
Wonderful.
that's why
exactly right.
energy is important.
Yeah. So now, Jackie, you see, now this discussion is very, very important because, for everyone who's listening out there on the U.S. side, on Liberia, Magidi, wherever it is you're listening today, this is a person who's in the food processing value addition sector, right? And she's talking about how energy affects her business, the lack of energy affects her business. So, Jackie, expand on that. You talk about the health issue as well with regard to the lack of energy. You probably got a baking kiln. You got a kiln where
Yeah.
you slide it in, you put your fire, your coal in there, generate the heat and everything else. So, expand on that because I mean, it's important. Sometimes people don't even make the connection with regard to energy to business. So, you brought up a very, very important point. How can this be improved?
So, for example, if we have energy, Chagi's cookies will benefit. I don't have to use the fire or the coal oven to bake, which is very harmful. For example, I bake 500 pieces of cookie per day. And I'm
Wow.
using an oven with a fire in it.
Mhm.
It's time consuming.
Mhm.
I got burn many days.
Yeah.
And the fire area affect my heart. That is,
Yep.
most of you have to be drinking fresh milk to help you to
Mhm.
be real okay. So let's assume that we got energy all around.
Yep.
Electricity is stable. Chinese cooking is just work in the middle of the night and then use our electrical oven and bake with ease without stress, without any fire damage. So that's why I said that energy is very, very much important.
Yeah. Now, you see, on this point here, Ava, right, and Rufus, imagine this. If you do an organogram or org chart and you of the Liberian economy, the ecosystem, right, where this woman business is, she's at the petty trading level. Am I correct, Rufus? Ava, right?
Yeah,
She's
I
at the
mean,
petty trading,
it's a
petty
micro
business, right?
business. Okay.
Micro business, right? Now, if somebody so far down in the food chain, in the ecosystem of the Liberian economy, can understand the importance of energy and how energy can help us to be more productive, to hire more people, to produce more cookies, create more jobs, and create more wealth. If she understands that, then how is it that the people at the higher level can't understand this?
I think the people understand, but they don't care about us. I sure they understand. I sure they know what's happening. But here is Liberia. As long as it's okay with you, you don't have time for other people. I'm not really a politician, but I believe that these people don't care about us.
Well,
So
Yeah.
let's talk.
are you in any association? Is there any group of Liberian bakers or Liberian small business organizations that you're part of?
Yes, I'm into Liberia Women Entrepreneurship Network, where Liberian women that run small businesses, we come together and we do training. We invite people from different area. Like a few days ago, we had somebody from Commerce Ministry who came to talk to us on marketing availability.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they offering training specific to how you guys can better market your products, or are they saying they will help promote your product? What aspect of marketing are they?
So women entrepreneurship is involved into teaching women about their businesses, how to sell, how to deal with customer, register your business, how to run a legal business. These are some of the things we do. Most of our activities is about training.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do, yeah, basically economic empowerment
Yeah.
economic empowerment, entrepreneur empowerment at the women's level, right? Legalize your business, and all of this leads into making sure you're able that legal business with the Liberian business, the Liberian
Regis-
business, the Liberian business registry, and so forth
mhm.
and so on. All of those things because that ties back into paying taxes, right? And make sure that government keep track of you, so forth and so on, and also record keeping so that the banking sector can also be able to help you when it comes
Mhm.
time for things and so forth and so on. But at the
Yeah.
same time, tell us more about Jackie's cookies. Everybody want to know about Jackie's Cookies. Who is Jackie Richards, your cookies? Because there's a company in the US.
Oh,
Rufus, go on to Google, maybe also you, but you know it. It's in every convenience store. It's called what? Famous Amos. There's a
okay.
cookie called Famous Amos. And I'm
Oh,
serious, that Miss Jackie. I'm serious. It's a cookie created by a guy, a small guy, just like you, small
okay.
business, and that guy grew that cookie business. Is a multi-million-dollar business today. Rufus, you can
Okay.
Google it. It's called Famous Amos. I know it's called Famous
Oh
Amos.
no,
Well,
it's famous. It's very famous. And there are
it's
other people who are entering the market with cookies and other stuff like that.
with cookies. So we want to know about Jackie's cookies today. We publicize you. We also need when over time we'll need your mobile money number so that those who are listening can even myself in the US. I want to place an order for 25 hours for cookies today.
Thank
Even
you.
though I may not get the cookies, but it will be an investment into Jackie's cookies. Okay.
Thank
Yeah, so tell us about Jackie's Cookies. Who is Jackie Richards? Your cookies, your business, your company, your inspiration, how you came up with this idea, so forth and so on. The flow is yours. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. So, my name is Pastor Jackie Waterto Riches. I live here at the Studio Junction. I'm married to Sergeant Lee Riches of the Armed Forces of Liberia. I have 4 beautiful children, a girl and 3 boys.
All right. Your military wife. Your military wife. Thank you. Tell your husband thank you for his service to the Republic of Liberia. Your military wife.
I love my husband, but I hate the job.
You hit his job.
Yes.
I mean, Jackie, now the man is a patriot. The man helping our country. If anything happen here, I know you want him to go in the front line.
No, the man will go, the man sign a contract. You don't get somebody or somebody can.
You see that the mindset of army, right? But the army actually can do a lot more. It's just that probably they're not deployed from the engineering perspective or
Yeah.
sometimes law enforcement support or other things. But the military is very critical. So be proud of your husband. Be proud of the job he's doing. We are. We
The
don't know him,
job,
but just
the
the fact
job
that he's
taking,
military,
the
we are
job
proud of
always
him.
taking it away from us and it's not profitable. But anyway, he said, I mean, it's not a job, it's a way of life.
That's
All
true.
right. There you go.
But you
Yes.
got
Yes.
somebody who asking you a question, Jackie.
Yeah, what the person said?
Where's your 1 to 2 year plan?
Okay.
Where you want
So
your
my
business
1 to 2 years
in
plan.
1 to 2 years?
Okay, currently my plan I'm working on is to build a bakery. I got a land, that is a
Congratulations for
spot.
you.
I already got a spot that I want to bake the bakery in. I got like 600 pieces of bricks and 10 bags of cement.
Okay. And what? So you got those two things. What the total you need? Do you already have like a
Yes,
BOQ? That waiting there for you to
Estimate,
see.
estimate on what it would cost to build that bakery.
exactly. So
For
the
those who don't know,
estimate,
BOQ is a bill of quantity. It's like
yeah.
all the different items you need, the prices, and the total it will cost you.
Mhm. So my estimate to build my bakery from foundation to roof level is 3,500 United States dollar, according to the builder. All those things are enlisted. So I already started buying them small, small. Like I sell every month. At end of the month, I calculate my profit. I deposited some in a project and save some.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's a good approach to have. At least you understanding where your expenses are on a monthly basis. You know them. You know what you're making beyond those expenses. You're putting some aside for whatever raining day or savings, and you are
Yeah.
putting it back into the business. And that's important, folks. Reinvesting in your business to see how you can expand it, how you can build it. You don't want to be at the same level every
Yeah.
day. But
Yeah.
so let's say, do you know over the last year? Let's go back to 2025. Do you
Okay.
know how much you spent in 2025 and how much you made in 2025?
How much I spent in 2025 and how
Yeah,
much
what
did
were
I
your
make
business
in
expenses
2025?
and what was
Yeah.
your business revenue?
Your
So
total sale,
You
your
don't have
total
to say
sale.
the exact amount yet now, so before somebody can check your horse. But I'm just
so 2025, I didn't do much sale
okay.
because the level that Chagi's Cookie is on now, she
Uh-huh.
was not on in 2025.
Very good.
Wonderful,
Very
So
good.
great
20
So you
improvement.
had, so you had growth. You had growth.
yes,
Very good.
there have been improvement above the previous.
Okay.
Very good. Very
So
good.
Yes.
what?
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
So 2025, Chagi's Cookie made later over, like say, 5 to 10,000 Liberian dollar as a profit.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's not much, folks. So you
That,
see
that
that?
is not much, yeah, for the whole
Yes.
year. Yeah, because the business strategies I was using in 2025 is not the same business strategy I'm using in 2026.
Wonderful.
Okay, very, on that
Hopefully you
question,
keep improving, right?
on
So
that
what he's
point,
saying, go ahead, go
mm,
ahead, go ahead.
so on that point, right? So you use one of the words I love. I'm also into business, right? So what made you to change your strategy from 2025 to develop a new strategy for 2026?
All right. So
Very good.
when I noticed the sale in 2026, how low it was, because my one of my email objective is that every Liberian will taste Chagi's cookies.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just used to take picture and then post it on Facebook. But then when I entered 2026, I started
Mhm.
to do video
Very good.
instead of just taking picture and do video.
Okay.
When I entered 2026, I burned the business. It was not a brand before.
Okay.
It was just a normal hustle. So 2025, Chaki Koki was a normal hustle. But then when I entered 2026, I turned it into a brand
Right.
from
Very
normal
good.
hustle
Very good.
to a
Very good. Okay, now, so the question for you now. So very
brand.
good. So you went from just a regular cookies business to a
Mhm.
branded cookies business.
Business.
Very good.
Branded
So since
registered cookie business,
very
tax-paying
good.
cookie business.
Very good. Thank you for qualifying and confirming that. So since you are a pastor, let me use some scripture on you. So you transform. You
Yes,
transform.
by the
Very good.
renewal of my
Of
mind.
your mind. There you go. There you go. We eat church this morning.
When it says we can renew,
So, so everybody who's listening, I mean, this is very, very exciting. This is a military wife, a husband serving the AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia. We commend you. Thank you for your service. But the woman is now creating a second income in the home. She's investing her time and her energy. She started something as a seed, and now here it is. It is growing, and she transformed along with it. She registered her business. It's a tax-paying business, petty business. But she went from it just being somebody selling cookies, and now she branded the business. She branded the company. So she's growing now. Okay, and she's identified and she's put together a strategic plan. Right, in 2 years, at the end
Mm,
of 2 years, she wants to have a bakery and she
mm,
wants to increase her production so that she can meet the demand because the brand is going to grow. Right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So now, Miss
yeah.
Jackie, this is one of the questions I have for you.
Mhm,
From the beginning of 2026, where you say you transformed by the renewing of your mind, you came up with a
yeah,
new strategy, a new plan to go from just taking pictures of you selling the cookies to now doing video where people can actually be live with you as you're selling your cookies and everything. From January 1 like Abba said, you gotta tell people how much money you got so before somebody come to your house and buy them. But nobody will come to a military man white house anyway
No,
because he
not at
know
all.
plenty
My
more.
house is protected spiritually and
Hey,
physically. I
hey,
got gun.
there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
so you, wait, wait. So you get fired too?
Touch
I've
my
been
fire and
married to
don't
a prayer man for
touch my fire.
21 years. I must know
Jesus.
something about weapon.
I hear you. I
Yeah,
hear you.
there
I
you
give up. I hear
go.
you. And I'm
So,
coming Steve on that.
so from January to August, how have your sales been when they compare to what you did last year with this new strategy of now going live and everything else? How have your sales plan been? The returns on it? Explain.
Charity cookies, yeah. So when I entered 2026, we started Chaki's cookies in April instead of January, February. We started
Okay,
April.
okay.
Yeah.
You
Because
branded it.
January
Okay.
I was very busy up to.
Mm,
So I started April. From April to today, August. If
mm.
I compared my sale with 2025, I will tell you that there's a great difference.
Wow,
Yes,
wow,
there have been a great improvement.
wow. Very good.
Yes.
Very,
Mhm.
very, very good.
Wonderful.
So,
When it comes to financially, there have been improvement. Socially, there have been improvement. Chaki's cookie being known, there have been a great improvement.
That's
very
wonderful.
good. So now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you're also using mobile money to support your sales, correct?
Yeah,
Correct?
Chaki's cookie have a
Very good.
merchant
Very good.
team.
Very good. So now, so everyone listening, I mean, think about this. We talk about this all the time, Rufus. We talk about this all the time on business talk, right? Rufus, Ava. This female military wife, entrepreneur, she's using all aspects of technology here to advance and to grow her business. She's using Facebook, she's using WhatsApp, she's using SMS, she's using mobile money, everything. And then she's also now engaging with us because we didn't find her on the street, we found her on the internet. Rufus
Yeah.
found her on the internet. So that shows you the power of Facebook. And she's now using all aspects of technology to advance, to grow, and increase her sales. Plus, also, she's planning. She's planning strategically and tactically to be somewhere better, well, with growth. And now she's what? She's using financial training and competence from the organization and the training from the Ministry of Commerce. Am I correct, Miss
Yes.
Jackie? Right?
Yeah.
On how to look at your sales, to look at your revenue, and to look at your gross
Mhm.
profit. And what she's doing, she's saving money towards her objective and her goal to build the bakery, and she's reinvesting money into her business into her business. This is very, very important. That's what we do here on Business Talk. We talk to real live Liberians who are participating actively in the Liberian economy, success stories, and here is Miss Jackie today. Tell us more about Jackie Cookies International, Miss Jackie Richards. What do you want
Thank you.
people to know about your business, about your company, about your brand?
So, what Chaki's cookies is a cookie that is baked with love, passion. Chaki's cookie is not just any kind of cookies. It's a
Very
very
good.
special cookies because this cookie is baked with love, it's baked with passion, it's baked with so much humility that it has less sugar. Anybody can eat it.
Very good.
Yes. So Chaki's cookies, like I always tell people, it's not a ordinary cookie. It's a special cookie because the manner in which we bake it, the reason why we bake it, that's what makes it special cookies.
Very good. Rufus,
It
go
is
ahead. Go ahead.
Chaki's cookie
I
is
can see
egg,
Rufus, you know,
it's
Mrs.
delicious, it's milky.
You know, as we were talking about the cookie, I could see Rufus wanting to buy one cookie.
Or Rufus said he will be eating small cookie. Why would he still here?
You brought him
But
in the
now I know,
cookie.
but I'm jealous about to come to you also bring some cookies in the studio.
No, anywhere I go, I carry my business along with me.
I hear
There
you.
you go.
It's a
There
part of
you
you.
go.
It
There
has
you
to be
go.
a part of you. So,
Yeah.
Jackie, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, Jackie's cookie to the world.
Okay, so let me find a link so I can share it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Rufus,
Jackie.
if you got a
Yeah.
link,
Jackie
find it so you
cookie
can
to the
share it.
world.
Right.
Now, Miss
So to
Jackie,
say to the world a big deal, and to say you won't go international is a big deal because
I know.
cookies got long shelf life. So
yes.
I'm not gonna ask you what your ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
but do you have a website as well?
I only have a Facebook page
Okay.
for now.
All right. So
Yeah.
Now,
we'll work with
go ahead.
you. Business
Okay.
Talk will work with you to develop a website for you, right? There's a little bit of cost to it, but we'll help you develop your website. You will get your domain name, Jackie Cookies. Hopefully it's available, or Jackie Cookie World, Jackie Cookie International, anyone that will be available out there in terms of domain name. And then we'll try to see how we can help you develop a website that people can actually pay from anywhere in the world for some of your cookies. So that's one promise we can try to work with you to help you, get to that point, because it's important for our businesses to get out there, especially people like you, small business owners who are really trying to push
Right,
their product, have a positive outlook, got that energy, and they want to do better for themselves, for the community, for the country, all of that. So yeah, so we can make that promise to you that will help you get to our website.
Thank
Rufus,
you.
let's get Miss Jackie Richard. Let's get Jackie Cookies. Please give Rufus your mobile money number so he can put it on the screen, so that all of those who are in Liberia, those in the U.S. who want to make a contribution, make an investment, support, buy some of Jackie Cookies by way of Sendwave, can do that. Okay, because I myself right now want to buy some of these cookies. I want to invest in this business. And because I mean, Jackie Cookie to the world, we need to make it go to the world, to reach to the world today. So if you are listening across
Amen.
Magidi, Bong County, Magidi County, Monserrato, Cape Mount, Bapolu, if you're listening all around Bombay, please let's contribute, let's support Jackie Cookie today. If it's 100 LD, 150 LD, 250 LD from the US, 5, 10, 15, $20,
Nigeria.
whatever it is, let's contribute, let's support a small Liberian woman-owned business, legally registered and operating in and overcoming challenges. She's a success story. She is a success story. Let's help her to move up the ladder, to go from a small petty business, micro business, to a small business, and then ultimately a success story. I'm going to give this responsibility to you, Rufus, and to you, Miss Jackie. You're using fire coal right now, which the fumes from fire coal, they're not good. They're not healthy. So I know in Monrovia, I know this for a fact, there are gas ovens there. Am I correct? There are ovens that use the cooking gas. Okay.
But
So
before you go there, I just want to say, I don't know if you have heard about Green Gold, but I will talk to the owner of Green Gold to see whether the whatever coal pot they have is not coal. It's briquettes. The Green Gold briquettes is environmentally safe. I will talk to him to see how I can connect you and him to see if that's an opportunity, whether that's something, because when I visited the place, I think I saw something that looked like something you could bake in. So I don't know. I will talk to him and also connect it. That's part of what we do here, folks. We got to connect the small businesses. They got to have a system that they can engage with each other, that we can start building that ecosystem that we keep talking about, where Liberian businesses can go to each other first before they go outside, so that our money can circulate among us before it goes out to other people, because most times, once we get $1, we're going to spend it outside there, and we need to start spending that money on each other. That money can circulate longer among us as Liberians.
Okay, Jackie Richards, what name is on your mobile money? Is it Jackie Richards on your SIM card?
It's Jackie's Cookie to the World. That's my business income.
Okay, very good. Jackie Cookie to the world. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, okay. Rufus, you move the number again. Oh. Please call out the number, Miss Jackie. It's two +1 231 889
88939.
I thought it was on the screen a second ago.
Yeah, Rufus had it on the screen. He went
I want to
to.
put it back. I'm just trying to put a name.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
very good. Okay, very good.
All right.
Yeah.
So Jackie, even your Facebook page, we make sure that Woodforce can work with you to improve it, because I see on the where you gotta have a banner, you don't have one, you just only have your profile picture and stuff like that. So
Okay.
you gotta see how you can help support. Make sure, and I'm about to share your post on my page. Hopefully, some of my followers, even the one that only got the 100, 200 LD, they will still be able to patronize your cookies. How much? How
Yes,
much you
yes.
sell a bag of cookies? That bag you showed just now, how much you sell it?
It's 200 LD.
Very
Wonderful.
good.
That's a lot of cookies for 200 LDO, but anyway.
Now 5 pieces, a take. Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rufus, when you get through putting her name on there, let's open the phone lines so we can take, so Miss Jackie can take some questions. So to all the young Liberian women out there, small business people, this is what we do here on Business Talk. We profile local Liberian businesses that are succeeding, that are engaging in the Liberian economy, growing in the Liberian economy. And Miss Jackie Richards today, a military wife, her husband serves in the AFL. Proud of your service. Thank you for your service to our nation, our republic. But she's building a brand. She has built a brand. And today, Jackie Cookie is being known all around the world. People in the US will be contributing to Jackie's Cookies by way of your mobile money number on the screen there, and will be able to really, really support you and help you to grow to where you want to be. So, as Ava said, he will put you in touch with the guy who makes that coal, a fire coal that is more healthy, better than the regular fire coal in the market. But what I want you to do, Rufus, please work with Miss Jackie, Mrs. Jackie Richards. Please work with her on her Facebook page. Let's get her a nice banner, so her Facebook page can be improved, highlighted. Get her something with nice poster, and then please work with her to find out what the cost is for a gas oven, the cooking gas oven. Okay, a cooking gas oven. Let's see what the price is, and let's see how we can contribute to getting that for her to improve and increase her productivity, increase the number of cookies that she's got going out there, and hopefully maybe from today your cookies will be, people who are listening, who have their shops and who have their stores, they will start
Yeah.
demanding and calling you for their cookies to put it on the shelf. And like Abba said, cookies have longer shelf life. So,
Yeah.
folks, everyone listening out there in the U.S., across Liberia, please make sure that you contribute to Jackie Cookie by way of a mobile money number. Rufus, you can call out the number on the air if you want, please.
Is that the same number they can contact you on, Jackie?
Your contact number.
No, that's my business number.
Okay, what they call, if
So,
somebody
so
wanted
this
to
SIM
call
is a merchant SIM.
to order cookies or whatever, what number they will call?
0770
Uh-huh.
624423.
Okay. Good. 231-770-624423. And
Yeah.
then if people want to actually pay for the cookies or from the business side, they can call you at +231-889-889-839, right?
Yeah.
No, that's mobile money. That's mobile money. The money.
Mobile money. Sorry, the mobile money to pay.
The orange is a mobile money number too.
Okay.
It's a orange money
Okay.
too. Yeah.
Wonderful. So that's the idea here, Jackie. I mean, for any enterprising Liberian business, we really wish them success. I'm about to share your
Thank you.
your link to your page. I'm sending it to Costa page, Discussing Liberia page, Jordan Intellectual Center. All these are people that got like 30, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 people on their pages. So hopefully this can result in some people reaching out to you and purchasing. That'll be a wonderful thing for us.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's support Jackie's Cookie to the roofer. Do you want to open the telephone line so we can get some calls?
Yeah. 0887 105 105 0778 665 073 are the local lines to call. 0778 665 073 0887 105 105. And for those in the diaspora wanting to actually wait in, you can hit us up on WhatsApp, plus 231 770 378 566. 770 378 566. Only for those in the diaspora. So you can hit us up on that number through WhatsApp. And for those of you here, you can call
Miss
0887
Jackie, please confirm that you got my
105.
please confirm that on your mobile money that you got my order, my payment for my cookies.
Not yet.
Okay, I know it's coming. It tells me that it has been delivered, so just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
So those who want to call in from the US, please call in. Rufus, you can put your number up on the page there. So Miss Jackie, tell us some of the places that you've gone where you've gotten most sales across the city. Which area do you focus on mostly? Do you go to college campuses, school campuses? Do you go to businesses, door-to-door businesses? How do you market your cookies every day?
So Jackie's Cookies mostly have been sold on school campus and colleges. Like Carver Christian University is one of my strongholds. I got more customers there. I always there. I've been to Kakatan before. I've been to Carisburg. This few days, I was way inside Carisburg. I went
Wait,
to sell.
wow.
When you say you've been to those places, you just went there to sell?
Yes.
Then you talk to anybody who a business person and say, you know, I make these cookies regularly. Where were you carrying it in your shop or you selling it for me? Did you try that?
I have been doing it. I always go to business owner. I sell these cookies. I want you to help me to sell your cookies into your shop. There will be a commission on it for you at the end of the sale. If I see single women or girls who are not doing anything, I also talk with them. Can you come aboard? I can employ you. You sell. When every sale you do, there will be a commission. Jackie Cookie got 3% as his staff that we pay on a weekly basis.
Wonderful. But do those people who got the stores and the shop, do they like, you know, do they receive you well? Do they say yes?
No, I have not gotten anyone who have agreed. And one of the things about this Jackie's Cookie that I'm selling, sorry to say, but it got their respect. Based on our thinking in Liberia, when people see you selling cookies, they really overlook you.
So, and that's
Because we
another
believe
thing
in
about-
Liberia, people who sell these kind of businesses are people who poor, who are not educated, who laugh and fail them. So
But you
they really
just dispel all of those stereotypes, right? Because your
Yes.
presentation here has been very wonderful. So anybody who would look at the milky, buttery, eggy, tasty, and delicious Jackie cookies and think the owner is here for a joke. You're not serious.
I don't joke with my business.
I understand you. You're a serious
Miss
business woman. That's why
Miss Jackie, give me I want
Mr. Lee Richards is in the house. He said, "Thank you, my love. I appreciate and believe in you." And that's wonderful that you have this kind of support from your husband, able to come and watch this.
My husband is very supportive. Before my husband, can you help me to face the cookies?
Wow. Mr.
Very
Richards, we appreciate you. Thank you
We
for being
appreciate you
supportive
very
of your
much.
wife. We know that's not a typical activities and responsibility of many of our Liberian men. We wish it could be different, but it
Yeah.
really is not. So again, your role model, and we appreciate that. We appreciate your service as well, Mr. Richard. But yeah, Jackie,
Yeah.
this has been wonderful. We keep following you, we keep promoting you, we keep supporting you, and this is what needs to happen among us Liberians as we, support each other to move our economy forward, for us to own our economy and be better. There is no reason why the other cookies that Lebanese put and selling for 300, 400, 500 Liberian dollars or more should be
So
doing
now
better.
like US and all.
I know, right? So yes,
Yeah, I mean,
our best to
this,
promote.
yeah, this indeed is a success story. I mean, a Liberian housewife that has transitioned. She's transformed into a Liberian entrepreneur. And indeed, like I said, please, Liberian businesses that are listening out there, get in touch with Love FM, with Rufus, Divine Kane, and Business Talk will be, we're more than welcome, happy to have you on the show to talk about your business, promote your business, talk about how the Liberian economy is affecting you, how you're succeeding despite all of the challenges. And here it is today, Jackie Richards of Jackie Cookie International. She's succeeding. She's succeeding. Let's go to the phone line. Let's go to the phone line. If there's a call there, Rufus, let's have a call.
0778 665 073 0887 105 105 0778 665 073 0887 105 105 are the numbers to call locally. Since Jackie is in the studio, maybe you want purchase, you can call her too. Yeah, call the show. We're right on 10th Street. Call and come for your cookies. $200 Liberian dollars. You get 5 gigantic
Healthy cookies.
healthy cookies. Okay, someone is calling on the WhatsApp line from the diaspora. Let me hear this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to Business Talk.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really impressed with Jackie.
Your name and you join us from where?
Okay, my name is Joe Monyu, and I'm here in Nevada.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm just going to say I'm very impressed with Jackie, and I just want her to do what she's doing. She seems to be pretty passionate, which is a good thing. But what I want to find out from her is if she has, because when the business starts to scale and she wants to attract financing, going to banks, investors, development organizations, and diaspora partners, they usually want evidence that the business is, commercially viable. So, does she have a business plan? That's my question.
Okay, keep listening. She will answer to that. So he asks as to whether you have a business plan.
So yes, I have a business plan. Like I said, my 2 years plan I have now is to build Jackie's Bakery. So that's the first 2 years plan I got, but I'm still working on another 5 years plan. That is when it comes to equipping the bakery and then employing more staff and extending it in other counties. But for now, we have a 2 years plan for the bakery.
Okay,
Very good.
077 665 073 0887 105 105 are the local lines to call and talk to Jackie's Cookies to the World.
Because what anytime you call it Jackie's Cookie, you can be laughing.
No, I can enjoy it. The way you can pronounce it, Jackie's Cookie to the World. It's angry.
It's butter, it's milky, and it's delicious.
You know that
So
this it is how
The business plan is talking
because
about, maybe it is rating, a rating business plan.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that few Liberian outside of Liberia have been a blessing and a strong supporter to Jackie's cookies.
Okay.
Most
Wonderful.
of my supporters are outside of Liberia. Through kind words, through compliment, through buying. Because as something I noticed before I stand to be corrected. When people leave Liberia, their way of thinking can change.
But our exposure, Jackie, that's a natural, that's a natural
yeah,
progression. Even though
not,
there's
yeah,
some people who want to stay only in a Liberia enclave, that means just within the Liberian community. But many Liberians, and that's what sometimes is very disappointing for some of us, that when they go back to Liberia, then they revert to that closed
to
mindset
revert to that
But
mindset.
that
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
the
on
old
the,
one.
on the exposure, the things that they
Yeah.
can bring to the table. Because by the time people say, oh, the only way we do it here, then they just stop doing what they're doing, the positive things. But it doesn't have to be that way,
Yeah.
So we just hope more people can start to have that openness, that want to support each other, that want to move our country forward, and all of those kinds of things. So
Yeah.
but what you've done here today, I think is wonderful. I think it will be wonderful for the business. To the extent that you want to share your business plan is something, because I do strategic and business planning as well. I can review it for you and tell you
Okay.
this is where you can build, this is where you can build, how we can look for investors, how you can do this based on what you want to do, your 2-year plan, your 1-year plan, your 2-year plan, how you get towards the construction you want to do in terms of building your bakery, the strategic location for that bakery. Even maybe at some point it may not matter, because by in a short amount of time, I think you can have a higher visibility where people will come to look for you rather than you be selling on the street. But that is still major marketing aspect that you can create jobs for some young people for them to sell.
Who are
Hopefully,
very
not school going children, because I got a big problem with people who can
Oh
still.
no, I
Okay,
can't do that. I got 3 boys, and none of them have ever sold on the street.
wonderful.
I'm a
You
teacher. I'm a primary
you
teacher.
better than my mom said. Because I used to go sell kueh and shortbread and cornbread for my
Oh
mom.
no. The only thing I do at home, my 14-year-old son, I gave him the opportunity to learn how to fix the cookies and other pastry, because I don't know where life will take him tomorrow. But to sell, it's a no.
Oh, Mrs. Bridget, I see your husband on your husband is listening to you. Lee Richards, right? As your husband?
Where you been when I referenced in the first time? The man is actively
Yeah.
involved in the show.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Mr. Richards, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for your service to the country in the AFL. Thank you for your lovely wife and supporting her and being there, using the AFL muscles to roll the cookies and do everything. We compliment you so much.
And interesting is just how the AFL muscles they are seeing here, they are also engaged in planting cassava farming.
Yes, we got a farm that we're working
Yeah.
on.
That's
That's
good.
wonderful.
That's
That's
good.
wonderful.
That's good.
And
That's good.
really,
Wonderful.
cassava is such a flexible plant, but we have not done a
Yeah.
good job from the highest level in terms of utilizing and maximizing the numerous opportunities in cassava. And cassava is something that really grows naturally in Liberia. It grows a lot. And from what I'm learning now, so that it spoils the soil for other crops. But if you're planting cassava in the volume,
it's a nitrogen intensive product. I mean, a plant. It's a very nitrogen intensive product. And I mean, think about it, Alva. You and I were in the U.S. Look at all. You know that, Miss Jackie, you maybe not know, but all the Walmarts across the U.S., the Walmart supermarkets. There's so much cassava in those Walmart. Regular cassava being imported from Central and South America, and cassava processed in the plastic bags.
yes.
The number one chips in all the convenience stores, planting
It's
chips. No, planting chips.
plenty chips.
And
Oh yes.
no planting grows in the US. All of this is imported green planting and then processed into chips, packaged, and supplied to all the convenience stores across the US. Every store in Houston, every convenience store in Houston, planting chips. And no planting grows in the US. Imagine that.
No,
Imagine
the
that.
opportunity is huge for our agriculture
It's
sector.
huge.
We just
It's
need to
huge. It's
organize
huge.
it. Government has to be a facilitator. We need to be able to get the right level of how should I say, inspection and processing that those
Yeah,
products are
yeah, yeah.
acceptable, across the ocean and stuff like that. But yes, there's room to grow. So just congratulations, Jackie. Congratulations to Mr. Riches for his support and
Yes,
love.
yes,
And we
yes.
just look forward to seeing how we can continue working with you and your family to promote Jackie Cookies and make it,
Yes.
as
To the
big as
world,
possible.
to the world,
The,
to the world, to the
the
world. And
opportunities, really, yeah, there you go. You're inspiring some people already. Wins the light sour milk. So the opportunity is there for all of us to support each other
Yeah.
and build a wonderful
well,
business.
well, let me say to any lead on the sour milk, contact Mr. Rufus Devon Kane at Love FM, and you can come on the show and talk about your business, how you're succeeding in the Liberian economy as a small, medium, or micro business. If you're local in Liberia, we'd love to have you on the show to talk
Yeah,
about your
I
dreams.
saw her. I saw her through
You're breaking up, Rufus.
Cookies page,
Mm.
and
Okay.
she's
Wow.
doing
Okay.
her milk sale. So
Very
we
good.
we we've
Very
been
good.
talking concerning that.
Come on the
You know,
show. Come on the show and let's support you.
one of the things about Jackie's Cookie Rufus, we are not just selling cookies, we are passing on messages
Very good.
to a lot of women out there that you don't need to sit, you can do something with your hands. And by the special grace of God, we have received a lot of calls and testimonies from people who used to be ashamed, from women who used to be ashamed to go out and sell. And because of what people will say, but since we started selling cookies, you will see a lady reached out to me. She's a retired teacher. She faced raspberry. She said, Jackie, I used to sell the raspberry. Where you from my work and be ashamed? What people will say. But the day I started following you on Facebook, I can put my bread on my hair, I carry on the road before I go to it finish. So this time I'm doing more sale. I met this lady from Banga who told me, Jackie Cookie, is because of you I started selling sour milk. And my milk is doing well because I'm selling it around. So Jackie Cookie is not just ordinary cookie. We are not just selling cookies, we are passing on messages. You don't need to sit and die
Inspiring,
with comforting.
yeah,
You can
inspiring.
make use of it. Because God gave us a promise. He said, I will bless the work of your hands. So which
Yes.
means if your hands don't find anything to do, God will not bless it. So we are encouraging every young woman out there. What can you do? All of these people like Jesus perform miracles or he bless you or ask you, what do you have? God
Yes.
asked Moses, he said, what is in your hands? Elijah asked the widow, say, what do you have? What you have is what God will multiply.
Yes.
So wake up. You can't go to a trade school, you acquire a skill, and you sit down home with a skill. The purpose of skill is to change your life. You take pedicure and manicure, start to clean people's feet. You can begin with the lowest. Before I started Jackie's Cookie, it was 5 pieces for $100. Right now, Jackie Cookie is 5 pieces for 200. You gotta burn it.
That's it.
So you can start small and be consistent about it.
Yes.
June 4th, I had an accident, I fell down. And all my cookie would say I got hurt in the process. And I posted a video because usually I post every morning on my way. Yes. And then when I video, all the bloggers people that video, they started to share it. And Rufus people were laughing at me, some people were insulting me. But you will not believe that God used that falling down to expose Jackie's cookies.
Wonderful.
Everybody started to see Jackie Cookies. So I was like, but God must have fallen down before everybody see the cookies. Or we get on a
So at least you said I got up. That's the key.
I feel and wake up. So we are passing all those messages. If you are out there, you single, before you know that people all looking past grumpy. Now grumpy the guinea pig again can cross our put all the kind of be selling. When wants to some money, you're not believing. 200,000 for peanuts and how do you call that beta cola? But what's this on the old they was saying on Facebook? They're scrolling. Use that same Facebook to sell. So that's our encouragement. I want you to know out there, I'm very proud to be a cookie seller.
Wonderful.
Yes. I love the thing. And before that smile you can see on our internet with me, it's not fake. I love the thing that I do. I do it with everything in me
Yes.
because
Wonderful.
I believe in honest labor. If I had an opportunity right now to be education minister because I'm a teacher, I got my first degree in primary education, and I'm planning to do my master. Even if they made me minister, if I will still sell the cookies here.
But that's a business, so we like that. All right, Jackie, thank you for coming. We
Thank
appreciate
you
you.
so much. Thank
And
you
we
so much.
continue in this
You are
relationship.
truly an inspiration. You are truly an inspiration. Thank
And
you so much.
we hope other
Thank you
businesses,
so
like you
much.
said, you bring a message, and we hope they can follow
Yeah.
your message and they can
Yeah.
work with you and stuff like that. So let's try to close out.
Yeah.
We close to that time. We are actually beyond our time. Rufus, our official
Yeah.
time at 11:30, right?
Yeah. Well, let Miss Jackie go first. Since she's the guest, let her go first and close.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Hey,
Tell the word.
so refers to this business platform. I
Oh, but
want you to know.
before you go, Rufus, Jackie, somebody raising your cool. Do you have an Instagram profile and a TikTok profile?
Yes, I got TikTok, I got Instagram.
Okay. And have you done one or two mini video with that level of energy that you share
So
with them?
what I do on my TikTok page, I don't really know much about TikTok. My daughter used to have been, but she's not here. So what I do on TikTok, I only post my cookies and a
So
picture with the
they gotta
cookies
be
on
a
my
she herself
head.
can
But I
promote you
don't
in
know how
videos.
to do the video.
You need
That
to
way,
get the
Rufus. That way,
password and
So
stuff.
Rufus.
you
That
can we do
way,
it.
But we
that
will
way,
And
put it on
Rufus.
I
social
don't
media.
know how to
Rufus
do
is a
it
professional.
on
That way,
TikTok.
Rufus. Miss Jackie, please contact Rufus. Rufus will put you through or maybe
Okay.
1, 2, or 3 hour class, maybe 1 hour every day. Come there, he will train you, he will teach you, he will educate you in social media marketing. That is specialization.
Okay.
Okay, that's what business talk is all about. We've got
Thank
some
you.
resources that we can invest in your business so you can, you can grow.
Okay. I
So
will be happy
connect with
with this I'm
Rufus,
available.
connect
When
with
is the
Rufus.
class starting?
So we can promote you and get you on the don't worry, just contact him after the show. Don't worry, just contact him after the show. Yes, don't worry about that.
All
Let's
right.
go to closing. Let's go to closing.
So as I was saying,
Right.
thank you for having me on this platform. When Rufus reached out to me, I was excited. Anything that concerns Shaggy's cookie bring me joy. So I want to say thank you for having me. I'm open for any time, anywhere that you want for Shaggy's cookie to be, will be there. And to our guest, I want to say thank you to you guys for all of the encouragement. You know, there is powers in words. Sometimes people will not give you money, which can come and go, but when someone give you a word of encouragement, it has a long way to go. So I want to say thank you for having me. To all of my listeners out there, I want to say thank you. I want you to know if you have not tasted Chaki's cookies, you are walking in error. Then you need to check the title because Chaki's cookie is right here.
It's
It will
angry.
help you. It's egg, it's buttery, it's delicious. To my husband who is watching, Sergeant Lee Riches, I love you. In the next world, I still want to be your wife. And
Nice.
I want you to know that somebody reached out to me, one Princess Sprite, and the Princess Sprite, she offered to give me a scholarship to go
Yeah,
advance
I witnessed
my
that.
catering skill. And I want you to know, Enter Princess is on my back to and from making sure that I enter the school. And the princess, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone, all of my librarians out there who are supporting me. Thank you. To those of you that still criticizing us, I want to assure you that a few years from now, the story will not be the same. You'll see Chaki's cookie passing one own vehicle with a sticker on it and we're selling
Right.
in and out
There
of
you go.
Monrovia. Thank you for
See
having
it.
me.
Call those things that are not as though they are. Yes, indeed. 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 Well, for
Wonderful.
me,
Go ahead.
for me here, thank you so much to everyone who joined the show by way of Facebook, telephone calls, and everything. We just appreciate you, Miss Jackie Richards. Thank you so much for being on the show, Jackie Cookie. To everyone who made contributions and bought cookies remotely, mobile money, send wave. Thank you so much. Rufus, once again, you did an outstanding job of finding someone. Let's get more people on the show every week. Let's profile a young Liberian or Liberian business locally, micro, small, petty business that participating in the ecosystem. so we can inspire other people. Ava, once again, thank you for the topic you brought today. To everyone out there who listened, thank you. And to all the stations that relayed our program, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Love you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Yeah, so folks, the topic we have today, this whole Liberia mining and energy sector transformation is a major topic. We just briefly touched on it.
Melago. Melago.
Rufus, you got somebody calling you, man?
No, Mr. Phillips, he calling his son.
Oh, okay. Talking off stage. Yeah, so we just briefly touched on the topic. We have to expand on it more. There's a lot more there that we have to look at from the rest of the stakeholders that are involved. Not only the Liberian government in terms of its official role, but also those other institutions, those other individuals that would be able to, support this kind of effort. When we say effort, we mean participation of Liberian businesses in these emerging, opportunities like the compact that's coming up, like the critical mineral sector, like the current mineral sector. How can Liberians be more involved? How can we support small businesses like Jackie and other people to scale up, to elevate? So these are all the things that keep us up at night in business talk, strategizing, trying to see how we can contribute, how we can help. And we really look forward to participation from you people, whether it's watching the show, whether it's sharing the show, whether it's coming on, whether it's recommending a business to come on. All of these things help to build that ecosystem. So we have to work together to make this happen. Special thanks to Rufus in the studio and to Love FM for the role they are playing, and for our partners in Kakata and other places and any other station. Just today, I got an overture from Focus on Liberia, my own, young brother, Anthony C. He's willing for them to carry our show as well. So these are things that will just boost up business talk and make it an important fabric of how we build our economy, how we move more people from the informal economy to the formal economy, how we create jobs, how we get, our Ministry of Labor, our National Investment Commission, our Ministry of Commerce, and all the people that surround or supposed to facilitate for this business ecosystem to be an active part. So thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to our visitors, as you say, our listeners, and especially our staunch followers who every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Liberia time, they are here with us and following the program. And to the listeners out in radio world, feel free to call in to be a part of this. We think this it should be a major aspect of what we do in terms of supporting Liberian businesses and helping them to grow. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Like I always say, two things in this life will always be remembered for: the problems we create and the problems we solve. And we must take responsibility of two things in our lives: our fortune and that of our misfortune. Because Mahatma Gandhi said, and I quote, "The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing will surface to solve most of the world's problems," unquote. My name is Rufus Divine Cannon. I lead and others follow. First among equals. Of course, I'm destined with greatness. We'll go with this song. Is a song of hope. For those of you out there who are downhearted, we want you to know that there's still a space for you. You can come back. Despite your falling, you can rise again.